Hey, Wildspice here. Today I'll be finally giving my review of my favourite melee weapon, the Antax Mark V Combat Axe, and my top picks for its perks and blessings. The beginning of the weapon becoming my favourite happened during a playthrough I uploaded to my channel a few months ago, around the time I began uploading. There was a moment in this video I made into a short because I was gobsmacked I managed to survive the situation with just the axe at hand. Ever since, it's slowly become my favourite and most used melee weapon in the game. Best you know beforehand, this isn't as in-depth with numbers as somebody like Ryken14 would go into, and all of the damage and kill potentials were calculated without class-specific passive buffs active, such as Martyrdom. Without further ado, let's jump into the modifiers first. If the Emperor's light shines upon you, he may gift you with the perfect modifiers on a 380 weapon. Evidently, I haven't proved my worth yet. The most important modifiers you should aim to have maxed at 80% are damage, penetration, and first target. Cleave target is obsolete, which I will explain further into the video. So to complete the perfect roll, mobility should be 80% and cleave targets at 60. You need damage to be maxed for obvious reasons, to deal more damage. Penetration affects how much damage you will deal against flak and carapace armoured targets, which is important to boost its heavy target killing potential against enemies such as crushers, maulers and rages. First target determines how much damage is dealt to the first enemy hit when hitting multiple enemies in one swing. These make the triangle of modifiers you'll need to deliver maximum pain to the enemies of mankind. Any points into mobility after this is just an added bonus. Now let's dive into the perks. Personally, the only one I would say you need to have is the plus 20 to 25% against carapace. This is key to being able to kill crushers in 4 strikes to the head, and will also help you kill maulers effectively as well. The second perk choice is personal preference. I would be inclined to choose from flak armoured or maniac. Maniac will help you kill mutants and rages faster, Tox Flamers you will kill in 2 headshots regardless. Flak will help you kill scab rages mainly, but it also covers maulers body shots and the helmets of a lot of scab units. Unyielding could be a good choice as well if you want more power to kill reapers and monstrosities. And Infested helps you boost that horde clear if you would like to go with that. Next up we have our blessings. For me, there is a perfect pairing that you will need to have your weapon blessed with. First up, we have the one, the only, Brutal Momentum. To activate this ability, we first need to get a weak spot kill. Once activated, the axe is unlocked into a horde killing machine. The Antax's high single target damage begins to shine as it cleaves infinitely through any enemy in front of you. It is this blessing that makes the cleave target modifier on the weapon obsolete. Secondly, we have Thrust. This may seem like an odd pick when there are blessings such as Decimator and Headtaker to choose from in this lineup, but stick with me. Thrust has multiple use cases that make it so powerful. Firstly, this is what is going to allow us to 4 to 5 shot kill crushers when we strike them to the head. Since the heavy attack strike is perfectly vertical, it is a very easy strike to land. Please note you will need Thrust 4 to 4 shot crushers. Secondly, Thrust allows you to activate Brutal Momentum instantly into engagements with basic enemies, as you need to get a weak spot kill to activate it. Without Thrust, your heavy attack won't kill your first target, so you may struggle as your axe will deliver no cleave, meaning you won't be staggering or killing enemies in a group, so you may get hit a few times. Now that we have the weapon set up, let's take a look into the damage numbers in the attack breakdown. It has very good damage all round, and unless you have Brutal Momentum activated in a crowd, for armoured targets you'll want to go for those heavy attack headshots. But you may have noticed the odd thing here. The heavy attacks do less damage than light attacks to maniacs, so mutants, Tox Flamers and rages, you do not want to attack them with heavy attacks as you will do much less damage. This works nicely as it is much easier to hit the mutant weak spot with light attacks. As mentioned earlier, you can 2-hit kill Tox Flamers with light attacks if you hit their head. Other key targets have fast killing potential as well, without perk bonuses. Flak armoured rangers you can kill in 2 heavies and 1 light, with Thrust at full stacks. Shotgunners you can kill in 1 Thrust stacked heavy attack and 1 light attack. Scav gunners you'll need 1 fully stacked Thrust heavy and 1 light attack. And Dread Gunners, you'll need 2 fully stacked thrust heavies. And if you have the plus carapace damage perk, you will kill maulers faster with headshots, especially with thrust stacks. Let's briefly go through some easy techniques for you to learn on your road to mastery with the weapon. In hordes, make sure you're dodging intermittently and weaving in pushes every few attacks to give yourself some breathing room. And feel free to use the push attack after pushing as well, as it's a horizontal strike and will provide some killing potential to the utility. A reminder to make sure your thrust stacks are ticking up to the max before striking crushers and heavy targets, if you have the space to do so. It takes 1 second from the point of clicking for it to reach max stacks, which is something that will become muscle memory after a while. Good tech to get used to when landing the strike is the dodge backwards as you strike, to give yourself space to breathe, dodging attacks, and also time to wind up thrust on the way in for another attack. And don't forget to aim for the heads. You'll need to keep brutal momentum up, so you need to keep ticking weak spot kills. And that is it from this weapon review. This is the first video of its kind that I have made before, so if you enjoyed the video or found it useful, please leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see more content of mine in the future. I may do another weapon review like this if it's received well. I felt like after using this weapon for hundreds of hours at this point, it felt right to share my build on it, as I preach it's the best all-round melee weapon quite often. As always, I don't think my opinion is gospel, so please feel free to share your opinions and options on the weapon down below. And I will see you on the next video.